Alright everyone, so with Spider-Man Brand New Day that is amping up from the rumors and the leaks that are getting out there, especially that this is the fourth Spider-Man outing in the MCU with Tom Holland. But now, breaking just recently that Jon Bernthal will be reprising his role as the Punisher in the upcoming Spider-Man Brand New Day. And now, this is huge and a big deal on so many levels because this is potentially hinting at a possible crossover between our two heroes, which I'm very excited for. And for what I'm going to break down in this video, this is going to be possibly setting up the street level side of the MCU and for what Marvel is going to be establishing, especially in the Sony universe, but also connecting like everything from the MCU and beyond as well. So yeah, lots of exciting stuff to break down for Spider-Man Brand New Day for all you Spidey fans. And so, if you're new, then be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. But now, let's talk about this news. And so, if you've known everything about Spider-Man Brand New Day up until this point, is that this is Tom Holland's fourth Spider-Man outing in the MCU. This is the start of a whole new trilogy with Peter Parker living his real life as Spider-Man and taking on the responsibility, and even with the cast that is totally stacked, and even for what's gonna go down, and I think for what Sony is planning on doing on their end is focusing on the multiverse side because of the contract that is put in place. And we do know that CD Sink is joining the movie in an unknown role, and I think it has been confirmed that Zendaya and Jacob Batalon will be reprising their roles as Ned and MJ. But with the most recent breaking news with the casting is that Jon Bernthal will be coming back as the Punisher in the movie, and I think it makes so much sense. And I think basically with the Punisher in the MCU that he has already established, especially as we saw him in Daredevil Born Again, and also for what that show set up towards the end, and even what Spider-Man Brand New Day is setting up, and it's setting up the street level side of the MCU, and that too is like a very big deal. And even though they have like teasing a crossover between the Netflix heroes and our MCU characters coming together, but just with the team up between Spider-Man and Punisher, and I think that would be insane. And I think it is really happening to see this team up unfold, and I think they can pull off great as long as they can do it right. And plus, they have done it before in the source material, and I think that they can pull it off in live action. And even for what potential that this has, I think that many things that can be great. And this is also a sign that possibly with Daredevil that could possibly show up, he can possibly be in the picture, because especially if the Punisher is going to be returning, then would it be possible that if Daredevil returns and to have that street level side of the MCU set up? Yeah, that's something that I would really love to have done, and I think Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be even a bigger movie than we ever thought. So yeah, it's going to be very exciting just to see Jon Bernthal coming back. And if you really think about it, with Peter Parker's situation for what he's going to end up doing, and that's going to involve bringing in the Punisher to help him, and even for what he has over on his world is that ultra violent vigilante madness, and to bring that gritty world and that side over to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, it's gonna be something big, and I think like fans will definitely be excited about this. And just with what the overall theme and the tone is going to be, like once we do get Spider-Man Brand New Day, and I think it's about to be like even dark and just something with Peter Parker to deal with, because especially ever since Spider-Man No Way Home, the memory wipe spell, and tried to move on with his life, and also to bring in Ned and MJ, and that's also confirmed too. I think they'll definitely have like a small role, but to have Peter Parker dealt with an emotional side of himself, and to team up with Frank Castle, and to have that team up, I think it's going to be freaking incredible just to see that on screen. Your friendly neighborhood web slinger and an ultra violent vigilante are fighting on the same side, and I think that is going to be so big. And also, as I kept saying, like, this is also a sign for Daredevil to be showing up. That's a possibility, because and even though that we saw him making his debut in the MCU for the first time in Spider-Man No Way Home, but to have him appear in Spider-Man Brand New Day and to handle that tone, I think that could be a very real possibility for that to happen. I mean, I am rooting for it, and on top of that, for how this all adds up, especially with Mark Ruffalo, that's reportedly going to be appearing in the film as Bruce Banner, but he's going to be appearing as Savage Hulk, and just to have, and with the original storyline that was going to include Spider-Man and the Punisher taking on Savage Hulk, and I think, wow, that would be huge, and I would love to see that on screen. And I'm pretty sure with Marvel and Sony, I'm pretty sure they're not holding back for what potential that there is to come for this fourth Spider-Man outing. I think it's going to be huge, and even for the potential that Jon Bernthal's Punisher has, is that he was born to play the role. And after seeing him in Daredevil Born Again, and even towards the end of that first season for what's set up for him, he's getting his own special presentation, and also now he is gonna be an even more bigger, appealing character in the MCU than we ever thought. And then we know that the cast is stacked, and even for I sort of worry for what the story is going to be if Sony's gonna do their own thing, especially involving the multiverse and even with these characters involved. But hey, I'm excited for what they have cooked up, and this movie comes out July 31st, 2026, and plus we need Spider-Man in the MCU. It's been like far too long, but to have all these elements combined with a Spider-Man and Punisher team up, and just to take on the Hulk, like not like the Disneyfication Hulk that like Disney pulled off Intelligent Hulk, but to have him as like a Savage Hulk and to take on Spider-Man. I think it's been done in the source material, but in reality, for how they're gonna pull this off in live action, I think it could be something very, very cool if they do this good. And I think Spider-Man fans are really in for a wild ride once we get this movie. And I think for how this movie is going to be setting up towards Avengers Doomsday, there's like a big future tease ahead, especially for how this sets up for the Netflix Marvel characters to be coming in, especially with the street level side of the MCU that Marvel Studios is definitely going to be establishing right after this movie. And you with Spider-Man and the Punisher, for what they've handled before in the comics and for what elements that has, and I think with this movie, and yeah, I'm really excited for what's to come. And I know that this fourth Spider-Man movie is going to be so huge, and I think for what Peter Parker is going to be dealing with inside and out, and I think he's in for one epic ride, especially if he's going to be teaming up with a vigilante from New York, and also with Daredevil if he shows up. And with my main takeaway from all this is that they really want to bring in the ultra-violent, gritty vigilantism in the MCU, but to establish that with your friendly neighborhood tone that is with the MCU Spider-Man movies, but for how the Punisher is going to be handled with his R-rated tone. Honestly, I could not be more excited, and even that for what Sony wants to include, because it's all like contract based, and I think they can do it well. We need more Spider-Man in the MCU, and more of that street level, more gritty level, bloody side of the MCU that the MCU and Sony has yet to unfold in their movies. But yeah, I'm excited for the fourth Spider-Man outing. Bring it on! I'm excited to see it next year. Bring it on. But that's gonna do it for this video. Just let me know in the comments down below, and what your thoughts on this news with Jon Bernthal's Punisher officially returning for Spider-Man Brand New Day. And does this news get you more hyped, especially for a Spider-Man and Punisher team up in this movie? Just let me know in the comments down below if you're that excited and hyped. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe and turn notifications about future videos. And also follow all my social medias all linked down below. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.